We've touched on this before, but it has resurfaced. Kang. That's right. Kang the Conqueror is reportedly still going to be the villain of Avengers 5 and will appear in Secret Wars alongside another major villain. This comes courtesy of the Point 3 podcast's favorite insider, Daniel RPK. Daniel Richmond. Spider Brando, how do you feel that Kang is still going to be attached to Avengers 5? And what villain would you like to see Kang attached to?
Ooh.
Wait, I have a little caveat. Rome's, if you're still in here listening, I think we've touched on who we think should be this villain that they're attached to. So I'm curious if you remember that conversation. Drop it in the chat. Let us know.
I am happy that Kang is still going to be involved.
Yes.
I know we've talked after the whole title drop thing many times. We've talked so much about Kang. Kang this, Kang that. It just feel like it wouldn't feel right if they just completely just dropped the Kang storyline like entirety.
100%.
And it just makes sense for them to go about it this way and kind of like have Kang be the villain for maybe the first half of the movie, and then an even bigger bad comes in, like Dr. Doom, who will be answering my second part to the question, because it just makes sense from a Secret Wars adaptation to do a Kang Doom type storyline, and it makes sense with Fantastic Four, even Eternals, and potentially like Celestials and Galactus could tie into it. It just makes sense for Doom to come in and be next big bad, because we all freaking want that. I don't think there's not one person in that's an MCU fan that doesn't want Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So, as much of a repeat that is, I'm still going down with Doom.
Okay. I don't know how Doom and Kang would fit, because I think Kang instantly becomes the B character. And Rome's dropping a point on us. Baron Zemo. Fun fact, we just talked about Zemo as we did our MC redo that we are currently editing that should be dropping to YouTube here shortly. But Zemo, that's interesting.
That's wild.
That is interesting. We're gonna shelve that, and we're gonna talk about that one, because that's okay.
My thoughts.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to a character that I think is kind of pre-canned and ready-made. Fair point. He did break up the Avengers. He broke them so hard that they just still aren't around. So
that is true.
Maybe he is the most impactful MCU. Thanos or Zemo, who did it better? Yeah, that's big. I'm going to Nihilus. On this. I know now with the Jonathan Majors, recasting, right? If Kang shows up again, he's done. I think they had a ready-made storyline with the ants, with the quantum realm, with the aging and the technology, and just Annihilus has been there, right? Kang was sent there. There was something that happened to where you get Kang to still feel big, but you get Annihilus and do a pseudo annihilation wave story to where you have multiple. I think about Infinity War. You had Thanos, you had the Black Order, you had all the Chitauri and the Outriders and all those aliens for tons of characters to fight, and it gives you a reason to kind of have a big scale battle on an Avengers level where you have kind of a 1A, 1B type of antagonists in a way to kind of tie some things up and pull in from different aspects. So could could be a good choice. Cosmic Universe, I mean, I think that's the thing is like you can do so many things with Annihilus, and it's another one of those characters, like we were mentioning with Mr. Sinister, to where MCU proper fans and live action onlys aren't going to have really much foundation for who Annihilus is and what happens with those storylines. So could be cool. Dill, the Beyonders being Kang replacements. I think naturally that would make sense for Secret Wars, for what Kang's trying to do, having Doom. Part of me feels like the Beyonders are too OP for the MCU today. And I don't know if I would be sold on them or even like a God Emperor Doom, because I'm really stuck on the Fantastic Four and how they handle Silver Surfer and Galactus. And I know that sounds weird, and it's like, well, why should that matter? Probably two of the more powerful characters that the MCU will introduce at scale. Like, Silver Surfer is going to smoke most people, and Galactus is obviously a world ender. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Getting the Watcher to show up at the end of an Avengers movie, that'd be legit. Fantastic Four explains it. Fantastic Four, if you've been following the Point 3 podcast, Fantastic Four needs to put in some work in 2025.
Oh, yes, it does.
So stuff like this, I think that's a possibility. What do you think?
I don't know much of Annihilus's power scaling, but compared to like a Galactus or Silver Surfer, but I do know them two homeboys, they be powerful as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, Galactus would be cool. If they do like a multiversal Galactus that just kind of goes around the multiverse eating planets or eating like Kang's Trail would be pretty cool. But
kind of like
I don't know. I had a theory when you were talking about your stuff of another villain too. A multiversal Mephisto that goes around and tries to control all the Wanda to create
yo
massive like what was I gonna finish that off with? No.
Yeah, the multiversal
Mephisto. Yeah. The Dark Hole? No. Well, obviously. I forgot what the term was to control Wanda, but essentially just to want to like get all the Scarlet Witches or as many powerful people as he can to be under his control. It'd be pretty cool.
I think Mephisto would be a cool one because remember, I think we talked about it last week where there's a report where there's going to be a character that essentially is like that, what we knew as a Nexus being, where there's only one of them in every universe. Like there's one important character, and if they get removed, then essentially that universe dies or something, right? It'd be cool if that was a villain in a way, because I think that would put everyone in kind of a pickle of like, you can't kill them, but you can't stop them kind of thing, like that's just kind of that trickster type of thing that
would be awesome.
That would be really tough to navigate. Exactly, manipulating events and really give us that piece that they didn't give us in the Infinity Saga that I think we were all kind of expecting, of like a Mephisto in Thanos' ear versus a Mephisto in Kang's ear. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff coming in the MCU, hopefully. Gotta wait way too long for it though.
What's the hype level for Deadpool Wolverine still?
Still 10.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go under 10 because it comes out like 3 days before my birthday. So it's gonna be 10 until then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nihilus Galactus is his own planet. Oh
Dude.
wow, I did not know that. Holy crap!
Annihilus is legit. But here's the thing. I Annihilus is one of those characters that he needs time. It needs time to develop that story. And so that's kind of why I go pulling him into King, because I think you can tell that story a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.